I love you.
So, it's finally happening. The end of Stranger Things, the show that made nosebleeds, 80 cents, and D&D monsters sexy again, is finally closing the gate to the Upside Down. Or is it? Because let's be honest, Netflix has more spin-offs than Vecna has tentacles. But before we dive into the final season, let's ask the real question. Will we finally learn what the Upside Down actually is? Or will the Duffer Brothers just throw another Demogorgon at us and call it closure? Remember 2016, when the biggest threat to humanity was a Demogorgon and not, say, global collapse? Stranger Things dropped like a retro fever dream. Bike-riding kids, walkie-talkies, Eggo waffles, and Winona Ryder screaming into Christmas lights. It was the 80s, but with monsters. And trauma. Lots of trauma. Fast forward, we watched these kids grow up. Literally. Mike went from awkward nerd to awkward teen. 11 went from telekinetic queen to, well, still telekinetic, but now with a tragic haircut phase. And Will, poor Will, he's been possessed, kidnapped, ignored, and now, finally, center stage again. And Steve Harrington, the babysitter of the century, the hair, the bat, the redemption arc. If he dies this season, I swear I'll riot in Hawkins cosplay. Season 5 kicks off with a bang, or more accurately, a bone-chilling flashback. Will Byers, de-aged and terrified, relives his 1983 vanishing into the Upside Down. It's poetic, it's creepy, and it's a reminder that this show started with one kid disappearing and ends with, well, probably half the cast dying. The premiere episode, titled The Crawl, features Will facing Vecna and a Demogorgon. So yes, we're back to the beginning, but with more CGI and emotional baggage than ever before. Vecna's grand plan? Still unclear, but apparently we'll finally learn the origin of the Upside Down, which is great because after 5 seasons, fans deserve more than it's just spooky. And speaking of Vecna, our favorite horror show villain with a skincare routine from hell, we left him half melted but not gone. Season 4 teased that Vecna isn't the only evil. Something older and bigger might be behind it all. So, who's really running the Upside Down? Is Vecna the boss or just middle management for some ancient cosmic HR nightmare? And let's talk about the Upside Down. We've seen monsters, spores, vines, and demogorgons, but nobody's actually explained what this place is. Is it a parallel dimension, a government experiment gone wrong, a metaphor for puberty, or just a really bad Airbnb? The Duffers say Season 5 will reveal the truth. But let's be real. They also said Season 2 was the end, and here we are 9 years later, emotionally damaged and still rewatching Running Up That Hill. The Upside Down is stuck in 1983 for a reason. Expect time shenanigans. Maybe 11 caused it, maybe Will did, maybe the universe just glitched because Netflix kept renewing the show. And Will's connection. He's sensing Vecna again. Either he becomes the ultimate hero or Vecna's unwilling host. My money's on tragic redemption arc. What about Max's fate? She'll wake up, but different. Fans are calling it half human, half upside down hybrid. Someone get this girl a priest and a therapist. And 11's power. You know her powers will disappear, return, and then go full Super Saiyan right before the credits. And Hawkins' future. The gates will close, but at what cost? Maybe the town won't survive. Maybe 11 won't either. Maybe they'll pull a sacrifice the hero to save the world. But wait, what's a final season without a little off-screen drama? David Harbour, aka Hopper, has been caught in a whirlwind of controversy. Allegations of harassment and bullying have surfaced, including claims from Millie Bobby Brown herself. Will this affect the show's legacy? Or will Netflix sweep it under the rug like Barb's disappearance? And speaking of Barb, will she finally get justice? Or will she remain the most iconic, forgotten character in TV history? Also, can we talk about the weird tension between Mike and Will? Is it friendship? Is it love? Is it unresolved trauma? The internet has theories, and Season 5 might finally give us answers, or just more awkward glances. So, let's talk mysteries. What is the Upside Down? A parallel dimension? A hive mind? A cursed version of Hawkins? Well, Season 5 promises answers. Will 11 survive? Will Mike and Will finally address the tension between them? Is Steve Harrington doomed to die a hero's death? And what about the time loop theory? Are we stuck in a Hawkins Groundhog Day? Also, why does every adult in Hawkins still think this is just a weather anomaly? At this point, the town should be renamed Monsterville. And what happened to Dr. Brenner? Is he really dead? Or will he pop up in Season 5 with a new haircut and another morally questionable experiment? And let's talk about the face of Stranger Things herself, Millie Bobby Brown. From shaved head to red carpet royalty, she's been the show's beating heart. She turned a wordless lab experiment into an icon. 11 isn't just a character, she's a symbol of trauma, friendship, power, and evolution. But Season 5 marks the end of that chapter. Brown has already said she's ready to move on. Not because she hates the show, but because it's time. She's grown up. 11's story has too. Still, the fandom refuses to let go. Every teaser, every behind-the-scenes photo, people comment, "Protect 11" like she's a national monument. So yes, this might be Millie's final performance as 11. Not the end of her career, but the closing of a role that defined a generation. That's bittersweet, right? We met her as a kid with blood dripping from her nose. Now she's an adult with entire franchises ahead of her. It's emotional, it's nostalgic, and it's slightly terrifying because who's gonna save Hawkins now? Whether you loved the show for its horror, its heart, or its haircuts, Stranger Things changed TV. It made nerds cool, D&D mainstream, and reminded us that friendship can defeat even the creepiest of creatures. But is this really the end? Spin-offs are already in development. Animated series, maybe a prequel, maybe a sequel, maybe Stranger Things, the college years. Because Netflix never says goodbye, it just reboots. So as we prepare to say farewell, let's ask one last question. Will Season 5 give us closure? Or will it leave us screaming into Christmas lights all over again? Drop your theories in the comments. Who do you think will die? What's the upside down really hiding? And will we finally get justice for Barb? If you like this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned because the upside down never sleeps, and neither do we.